So I'm having a chat with Ithaca. How are you guys?
Yeah, good. Really good, yeah.
Tired, but good.
Yeah.
I always say that actually. I feel like I shouldn't say that. Every time someone's like, "How are you?" and I'm like, "Oh, I'm really tired."
Yeah.
I feel like that's a bit of a rubbish.
I mean, we have just played, so I think it's fine to be,
Yeah.
to be tired.
Yeah. How was it?
It was sick.
So good.
Yeah.
So fun.
Yeah.
Really nice. It's always a bit like, I don't know, it's always a bit weird playing that early in the day, but then I forget with festivals like 2003, it doesn't actually matter like
Yeah.
what time you play, because it's just not a normal festival. Because there's always people, like the people that are such music fans, it doesn't matter. So yeah, it was amazing.
You can just enjoy the rest of the day now.
Yeah. Exactly.
Open,
Vibe.
open to catch some bands.
Yeah, hopefully. We have to go and play some more shows this weekend, so we're like doing a bit of travelling and stuff. So won't be able to stick around to the end. But yeah, catch a few bands. I want to see Svalbard. I want to see
Yeah.
Bob Villain,
Yeah.
which would be sick.
I want to see the Wonder Years.
We'll
as
see
well.
Wonder Years if we can, yeah, and just see a load of pals because it's like everyone you know is here. So,
Yeah.
so that's always nice.
Yeah, absolutely. And speaking of touring, you've obviously got some dates now, and you've got a US tour coming up as well.
Yeah.
But you can't wait for that.
Yeah, it's our first ever US tour, which is really exciting and really scary. And yeah, we've wanted to go for so long, and it's always been one of those things that's just been like, it's never been the right time, or whatever. So yeah, we're just really glad that we finally get to make it happen.
Yeah, absolutely. And you get the chance to play your latest LP, which is out now. Tell us a bit about what people can hear if they haven't had a chance to take a listen yet.
Sad bits and mosh bit and like, everything in between.
Yeah, it's a real it's so hard to describe in a few simple sentences, I think, because it's such a mixed bag of ideas and genres and emotions, and there's a lot in it, and it's a bit of a cop out to be like there's something for everyone. But, like if you're a heavy music fan, I guess, but you are also into sort of kind of interesting ideas and just like not your yeah, then I feel like you like it. Wish answer. I don't know. Just listen to the album, I guess.
Yeah, good. And when it comes to writing, how do tracks tend to start off for you guys? Is it a lyric? Is it a melody? Is it a riff? How do things tend to start?
This one was a bit different to usual because we wrote it over lockdown. So a lot of it wasn't in person. It was Sam and Lewis writing bits and bobs and sending them back and forth. We'd get some ideas, and then anytime restrictions eased, we'd get together and do like a little retreat, rent an Airbnb near the beach, and yeah, just like sit and drink beers and play riffs and just like hone stuff. So it was a really unusual writing process, but it also meant that it was really spread out. It gave us time to experiment and let things breathe and sort of be like, well, we want to try weird stuff. We want to put some like power pop on there, which we might not have done otherwise.
Yeah, it's interesting because I previously, like, when we've been writing music, I feel like I'm the sort of person that really likes to be in the room when stuff is being written, and that's kind of how we write best, when we're all in a room together. But actually having to write the album like this, where we didn't get to see each other and we weren't together, I feel like actually really benefited us because we got to try stuff on our own individually, and then like when we met up, sort of bring stuff to the table without not immediately being shot down, because we don't do that to each other, but you just had more to kind of offer, I guess. So I was doing a lot of like most of the writing the melodies and the lyrics and stuff I did on my own, and was then able to bring stuff to the guys and say like, what do you think, like, and also kind of do that thing where it's like, this might sound insane, you might hate this, but like, and 9 times out of 10 it was whenever anyone did that and like was like, this might be crazy, I've got this idea, it was always something amazing.
Yeah.
And that's not something that would have necessarily have happened, I think, if we were all together with all the time and we didn't have that room to kind of experiment a little bit on our own, I think.
So when it comes to the next record, are you going to write in the same way, do you think, or do you think you might revert back to how you did before, or?
I feel like it's going to be a combination, probably. We're all like quite busy with the rest of our lives and stuff. We won't not have time to sort of just be in a room all the time together writing. So I think it will be like sending stuff back and forwards, but then digging in for those sort of periods where we can all write together. So yeah, some sort of middle ground between the two. We can see each other now, which is nice. So we might as well. But I think it will be a lot of sort of noodle around in your bedroom, come up with some ideas, bring it to the committee, see what everyone thinks, and then go from there.
Yeah, good. And when it comes to recording in the studio, you've obviously got your demos done, but how do you then work it in the studio to get it from that demo to a finished track?
It's really a collaborative effort, like you say, when we go into the studio, we always have like the bare bones of a song and an idea of where we want it to go. But so much of what we do is done in the studio, and a lot of the time isn't planned. And a lot, people will often say to us like, "Oh, I really love this bit in that song," and I'm like, "Ha, we just like that just happened spontaneously. Like we didn't even mean to do that, And I think that's the beauty of it. And I think if we didn't have such a solid foundation, and if the other guys weren't such amazing musicians and amazing writers, none of it would make sense. But it's just, it's like, it's kind of a bit of both. But it's really nice to be able to be in the studio. And again, just like try stupid things and dumb things and be like, hey, why don't we get a beard shaver and, put it on this guitar and just do stuff that like that sounds interesting, I guess. Yeah.
And working with Lou Johns as well on They Fear Us, I think was like huge, because he's an amazing producer, and he like really understood what we were going for. So being able to just be like, oh, well, we want to try this idea, and just figuring out ways to make it work and different textures we could put in, and like going through all the harmonies, everything like that, extra instrumentation. It was really nice. We had the extra time to like sit and do that, because it was like a much longer recording process than we'd had before, and yeah, it was just amazing working with them.
Yeah, I always feel like Lewis is. I always refer to him as like the sixth member of the band, because he put so much into that record.
Yeah.
And a lot of the really amazing ideas on that record came from him. So.
Yeah, good. And when it comes to the lyrics for yourself, do they come naturally to you? Are they easy to come about? And obviously, some bands like to just chuck random words together and make it sound right, or does it have to have a meaning for you?
God, yeah. That's a good question. It's not that I like to think that everything I write has meaning, and most of my lyrics are deeply personal and they have meaning to me. But there are, sort of, I've learned over the years to perhaps not take myself so seriously. So I like to have like a nice balance of like sort of emotion, and also if I can put stuff in there that is just fun. And I feel like one of the things that I find interesting is a lot of the time people don't know the difference. So stuff that like I've put in, that I've written that I think is like a bit silly. People will be like, wow, that really like hit me. And I'm like, whoa, because I thought that was dumb, and like vice versa. So yeah, it's not just like throwing lyrics together and throwing random words together. It's a lot of emotion and a lot of thought goes into it. But I don't know, I think like my specific style of writing at least is quite, I've been told it's quite wordy. I don't know if that's a good thing or not. But yeah, I like things to have, to be personal to me and have strong meaning to me, but I also really love it when people can interpret things in their own way, and that's why I really don't like explaining what songs are about and giving people a rundown of what it means to me specifically a lot of the time, because I really love that people can listen to the lyrics and kind of relate to it in their own way, I guess.
Yeah, good. Excellent. Well, guys, it's been a pleasure having a chat with you.
Thank you so much for having us.
Thank you very much. Cheers.
All right, have a good one. Thanks.